Hello, Steve, Canadian Sasquatch, coming at you with another Thirsty Thursday mead review. Yes, sir, Bob. Yes, sir. But before we get into that, a little bit of the old business as you know. Links down below for the Canadian Sasquatch Brewery store, where you can buy your mead making paraphernalia, mead methodologies, my book, other people's books on brewing and stuff. All links down below. And also, because of how YouTube is changing things, I'd appreciate it if you'd go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and ring that bell that's right beside it. That way you'll be notified when my videos come out. Since YouTube is changing how things are going, we don't know how these notifications or any of that stuff will continue to work unless you ring that bell, and then you'll be notified that way. I can no longer automate the process of sending out a message or whatever through the YouTubes. So the video will go live, but then I won't be able to let anybody know that it's live unless you ring that bell. So ring that bell, please. And with that, let's get into today's mead. Once again, we're going back to Black's Fairy Meadery. My good friends Jen and Chris hooked me up with a bunch of these guys. This bottle is pretty sweaty right now because it came in from the fridge and it is humid here in Houston, Texas. That's right, the Canadian Sasquatch is in Houston, Texas. But today we are doing passion fruit. This one was brewed 05/04/2018, so May 4th. What else we got here? We got 14.25% ABV. Ingredients: water, honey, passion fruit juice, yeast, potassium sorbate to prevent re-fermentation, and may contain naturally occurring sulfites. Passion fruit honey wine. And as always, they've been sitting in the fridge chilling for a bit. There is a bunch of sediment on the bottom, but the top part's clear. And look at that cork. It's popping out. I don't know if they're having issues with how they're corking or what's going on, but that cork is not all the way in, which is a bit scary. There we go. Did that one without splashing it all over the place. It is also very, very full, so that's a good thing. And we're just going to dribble the water out of the glass because I just rinsed the glass to make sure it was ready. And here's the pour. And we'll stop right there. So once again, passion fruit. No idea what kind of passion fruit it is. There is a wide variety of passion fruits out there. Some of them are native to Texas, but I doubt they're using that one, so who knows. It is a nice golden color, light golden yellow color. Yeah, I'll go with that. Top part, as I mentioned, was crystal clear, so as I poured it, I made sure to keep it that way for presentation value here. The bottom still has all the icky sludge stuff. So let's go ahead and get an aroma on this. So the first thing that hit me was a tiny bit of Band-Aid, but then that went away. And I did get passion fruit, so that's a good sign. But now I'm back to more of the Band-Aid, so I'm not sure what they're doing over there to create these Band-Aid meads and the pencil shaving meads and all that. It's kind of sad, but a little bit of that passion fruit does come through, so there's still hope yet for this. It does smell kind of dry. I'm not getting any other honey aromas or sweetness or anything. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this Thirsty Thursday mead review. And once again, Jen and Chris, thank you very much for all the beverages from Black's Ferry with the cool logo. Cheers, everybody. So it does have some of the phenols. It does have some astringency. There's a little bit of fusel in there. Slightly carbonated, which explains the cork being popped out so much. As you can see, it mushroomed up top. And they did potassium sorbate to prevent re-fermentation, but they really should have added potassium metabisulfites as well, but whatever. Yeah, there is a little bit of the passion fruit flavor coming through. I don't know how to explain what a passion fruit tastes like. You can probably go to one of your local stores and maybe higher end local stores, and they might have an exotic fruit section, and you'll be able to pick out a couple and give them a try that way. But it's very dry. It's got the astringency that I've talked about. It's not a drink me more astringency, it's just a little puckering, which is good because it's not all that tasty to want to drink some more. Sort of a little bit of bitterness, a little bit of that plastic Band-Aid thing going on. Yeah, it's not so great cold, so we will be right back after I've warmed it up. And we're back. I've warmed this up as I do, just by cupping my hands and swirling it around, turning the glass, swirl it around, turn the glass, swirl it around, do-si-do, and around we go. So yeah, we're back. It's warm. We're doing the Black's Ferry passion fruit honey wine. The color hasn't changed. The color, I don't think the color ever changes when you warm it up. So I know the viscosity does once in a while. That will change as you warm it up. I'm kicking the chair with my bare foot because that's what I do. So yeah, passion fruit warmed up, same color. Let's get some aroma on this now. So I'm not getting any of the phenols that I've been talking about, the Band-Aid or anything, but there is a little bit of the fusels coming out now. And even less passion fruit, probably because the fusels are taking over the aromas at this point. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm getting is fusels with a slight hint of the passion fruit. Again, I don't know how to describe a passion fruit. The best thing I can suggest is going and finding one and tasting it yourself. I don't recommend eating the skin. Cut it open and taste the inside like you would a regular, like an orange or something. You can eat the skin, but you won't get the flavors that are coming through. So yeah, speaking of flavors, let's get another taste on this. Thank you once again, Jen and Chris, for sending me these these tasty beverages, not so tasty beverages, these meads. It's been fun, different flavors and whatnot. And thank you everyone else for joining me along as I give these all a taste. Cheers, everybody. That time, it hit me right on the tongue. Passion fruit. That was a pleasant surprise. Surprise. I'm actually picking up a little bit of mango as well. The fusels are there. I'm not getting any of that Band-Aid flavor anymore. No Band-Aid. Getting some of that fusel, higher alcohol flavors coming through. But yeah, the passion fruit is there now. So that was a pleasant surprise. It is a medium, thin-bodied mead. It does have legs, but it's fairly thin. What was it? It was 14.25%. Yep, 14.25%. And now I'm starting to get some of that drink me more astringency, where it's puckering me up and drying me out and says drink more of it. And as it's warmed up, I don't mind, because it's actually starting to taste quite a bit better than it did cold. So yeah, the passion fruit, I will give this a thumbs up if you drink it room temperature. Drinking it cold, definitely not. It was not very good at all cold, but room temperature, it's good. Now, if you go back to my video on the cherry, the cherry one from Black's, I'll have a link in the card here and down below as necessary. As it warmed up, it tasted worse. It had the pencil shavings, but cold, it tasted like a dry red wine, which was not bad. Not to my palate. I'm not a huge fan of dry red wines. I like sweeter things, but that one was better cold. This one is better warm. This is why I like to do tastings of beverages through the range. Like, you start off cold and you warm it up. That way you can see, it's like, okay, what temperature should I be drinking this at? They don't say on the bottle. So you have to experiment. Drink passion fruit at room temperature. There we go. And with that, I'm calling this review done. So hit that thumbs up button down below if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, go ahead, give me a thumbs down, but let me know why you're giving me a thumbs down so I can work on changing your thumbs down into a thumbs up. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, please hit that subscribe and ring that bell so you are notified when my videos come out, since I can't do that automatically anymore myself. Yeah, that's it. Be sure to have a pint of awesome. I know I will. Cheers, everybody. That's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Cheers.